Sabrina, Sabrina, where have you been all my life?
Right over the garage.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best Audrey Hepburn performances.
I'm glad I got a little of my own back anyhow. How can I know God wants this from me? What is she talking about? What does she mean?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most iconic and critically acclaimed performances in Audrey Hepburn's career. Number 10, Susy Hendrix, Wait Until Dark.
Gloria, I know you're there.
After her husband unwittingly brings a doll filled with heroin into their home, a blind woman is terrorized by three men who will do anything to get it back.
Are you sure this is all true?
I'm saving my husband's life, aren't I, Mike?
Wait Until Dark currently holds a 95% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and a big reason why it's critically acclaimed is Audrey Hepburn's performance.
Please, no!
She approaches the character of Susy Hendrix with a sort of gentle naivete, but ramps things up in the film's third act, turning the tables on her assailants by giving them a taste of their own medicine. The performance earned Hepburn her fifth and final Academy Award nomination. Number 9. Joanna Jo Wallace, Two for the Road. Told in non-linear fashion, Two for the Road is the story of Joanna and Mark Wallace, a disillusioned married couple who embark on a road trip through the south of France.
Take your watch. I don't want it. I don't want anything.
Why is it whenever you give a woman everything she wants, you get so bloody minded?
You don't give me everything I want. You give me everything you want to give me.
As the film bounces from past to present, viewers are treated to a bold and at times innovative tale of love on the brink, brought to life thanks to a couple of incredible performances from Hepburn and her on-screen husband Albert Finney.
I won't ever let you down.
How will you?
I don't care what you do just as long as I've got you.
Audrey Hepburn picked up her, get this, 8th Golden Globe nomination for her work in Two for the Road. Not too shabby if you ask us.
That's right.
Thank God.
Number 8. Regina Reggie Lampert, Charade. A rom-com that masquerades as a spy thriller, Charade has enough twists and turns to keep fans of both genres entertained from start to finish.
Then whose is it? His or theirs?
Hepburn stars opposite the dashing Cary Grant, and despite an age gap of 25 years, there's no shortage of romantic chemistry between the two actors.
Here it comes, the fatherly talk. You forget I'm already a widow.
So was Juliet at 15.
But I'm not 15.
Well, that's the trouble. You're too old for me.
Featuring a plot of Hitchcockian proportions, Charade is, for lack of a better word, fun. The writing is top-notch, the acting is on point, and Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant dazzle as two people caught in the crosshairs of a group of men hell-bent on recovering a lost fortune.
Contemptible, crooked.
Crooked? I should think you'd be glad to find out I'm not crooked.
You can't even be honest about being dishonest. Why didn't you say something?
Number 7. Karen Wright, The Children's Hour. The Children's Hour is the story of two teachers whose lives are turned upside down after a student accuses them of being in a lesbian relationship.
What is she talking about? What does she mean?
Audrey Hepburn plays Karen Wright, one of the aforementioned women, and she does a fantastic job of imparting on viewers a sense of total confusion, unsure of how to handle the complex situation at hand.
Let's go out. Take a walk. What if we see somebody? What if we do?
The Children's Hour was a box office disappointment, but did fairly well with critics, with one going so far as to remark that, quote, Hepburn's soft sensitivity, marvelous projection, and emotional understatement result in a memorable portrayal.
Stop talking about it, Martha. Let's pack and get out of here. Let's take the train tomorrow. The train to where? I don't know. There must be some place we can go.
Number 6. Joe Stockton, Funny Face.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you up there.
A romantic musical starring Audrey Hepburn and Fred Astaire. What's not to like? The plot of Funny Face is classic 50s cinema. A shy bookshop owner who loves philosophy and dreams of visiting Paris is persuaded to become a model by a fashion publisher and her plucky photographer.
I hope you understand that this is not a loss of integrity. It is purely a means to an end.
Well, there's no time for talking now. You can tell us about it on the plane. All right, girls, we've got to get cracking. To work and to Paris.
Along the way, Hepburn and Astaire fall in love, and it's all very lovely. with the exception of that one scene where she spurns the advances of an unwanted lover by bashing him on the head with a vase.
I thought you said you come from Greenwich Village.
Yes, well, I'm moving uptown, Yonkers.
But before you move...
Like we said, classic 50s cinema. Number 5, Eliza Doolittle, My Fair Lady. My Fair Lady cleaned up at the 37th Academy Awards, winning 8 of the 12 categories it was nominated in. And while Hepburn failed to garner a nomination for her performance, one could argue that her portrayal of the Cockney-voiced Eliza Doolittle was one of the finest of her career.
Well, I ain't come here to ask for any compliment, and if my money's not good enough, I can go elsewhere.
Good enough for what?
Good enough for you.
It's a well-known fact that she didn't sing her own songs, but that was common practice back then for actresses with less than stellar singing voices.
I could have danced all night and still have begged for more.
To quote the late, great Roger Ebert, that Hepburn did not do her own singing obscures her triumph, which is that she did her own acting. We couldn't agree more.
I'm glad I got a little of my own back anyhow.
Number 4, Sabrina Fairchild, Sabrina.
Oh, Sabrina, where have you been all my life?
Right over the garage.
Up against a couple of Hollywood heavyweights in Humphrey Bogart and William Holden, Audrey Hepburn does not disappoint. In fact, one could argue that the presence of other equally gifted actors only served to elevate her game.
How do you say in French? My sister has a yellow pencil.
Ma sœur a un crayon jaune.
How do you say, my brother has a lovely girl?
Mon frère a une gentille petite amie.
In this film, Hepburn plays the eponymous Sabrina, a young woman who falls in love with the soon-to-be-married David, something that causes considerable tension between him and his older brother Linus. The film earned Hepburn her second Oscar nomination, but Grace Kelly's performance in The Country Girl bested her.
Now, Sabrina, let's have none of those.
I'm so ashamed, Linus.
You have no reason to be.
Number 3, Sister Luke, The Nun Story. Based on a novel of the same name, The Nun Story stars Hepburn as Sister Luke, a Belgian nun who dreams of visiting the Congo to work with the native population.
Don't be proud of me, Father. This is really flight. It will be so much easier in the Congo to remember I'm nothing. There will be no worldly associations in the bush station, in the jungle.
The film is, in a word, harrowing. Sister Luke rarely, if ever, catches a break, and the convent system and the world as a whole appear to be working against her from the get-go. With that being said, Hepburn's performance is on par with the best efforts of her career.
Please lay my case before the cardinal.
Won't you wait a little longer?
Father, you must forgive me. But if you do not put my case before the cardinal, I shall do something that would kill me.
She earned yet another Academy Award nomination for her work, and Bosley Crowther of the New York Times called her performance both, quote, fluent and luminous.
How can I know God wants this from me?
Number 2, Princess Anne, Roman Holiday.
Live dangerously. Take the whole day.
I could do some of the things I've always wanted to.
Like what?
Oh, you can't imagine. I'd like to do just whatever I like, the whole day long.
The film that turned Audrey Hepburn into a household name, Roman Holiday is one of those rare cinematic treats that has not only stood the test of time, but has actually gotten better with age.
Tell me, Mr. Radovich, what is a ringer?
Waiter. It's an American term, and it means anyone who has a great deal of charm.
The plot revolves around a beautiful young princess played by Hepburn that grows tired of her regimented schedule and decides to sneak off on her own while visiting Rome, only to fall for an expat reporter played by Gregory Peck. Roman Holiday won Hepburn an Oscar and catapulted her to the top of Hollywood's A-list.
Say, you were great back there.
You weren't so bad yourself.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Ariane Chavasse, Love in the Afternoon.
Why, always why? Why do I have to be a detective's daughter?
Nicole Bonet, How to Steal a Million.
I was surprised to hear from you. Surprised and pleased, Miss
Please, no names.
Maid Marian, Robin and Marian.
I love
You know what you know.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Holly Golightly, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, honey, that is you. That is you.
Fred, darling, I'm so glad you could come.
Arguably her most well-known role, Audrey Hepburn's take on the fictional New York socialite Holly Golightly is without a doubt one of cinematic history's most iconic.
How do I look?
Very good. I must say I'm amazed.
You were a darling to help. I could never have done it without you.
Her character's style would prove to be incredibly influential, and Hepburn herself would see her star rise considerably in the wake of the film's tremendous success. While she was unable to take home the Oscar for Best Actress, many critics were quick to shower her with praise, and the film has since become a must-see for any true Audrey Hepburn fan, of which there are no doubt plenty.
Don't you just love it?
Love what?
Tiffany's.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.